quit my job. So, I'm going to talk a little bit about why I quit my job. I'm actually got a few parts of the uniform that I forgot to return, so I'm on my way to actually return those now, and I'll go over some of the reasons why I did that. I'm at the beach. It's cold. It's rainy today. But part of the reason why I came here today is to tie in with why I quit my job. So I'm at the beach today on a cold and rainy day because I fucking want to be here. That's just the whole main fucking gist of it, is that I want to fucking be here. I want to be at the beach. I want to do whatever the fuck I want to do. I feel like while I was working, I sacrificed part of the reason why I moved away from Pennsylvania. And part of that reason was that I wanted a different lifestyle. I wanted to change my lifestyle. And I wanted to change it for the better, you know? I just felt like I felt stuck doing something that I didn't feel like doing. I felt like I was doing something that, wasn't propelling me forward. Man, it's really high tide. Really high tide. I'm like kind of close here. Really high tide. But I felt like I was stuck doing something that wasn't propelling me forward. And that gave me the worst feeling in the world. I started to find myself becoming more and more depressed as time went on. Just knowing that I wasn't, doing what I thought I should be doing. If that makes sense. What sparked me quitting? Every month, you're supposed to sit down with your manager, and you're supposed to go over what you need to improve, what kind of issues you had, if you had any callbacks for the month or anything like that. Well, this particular meeting with my manager wasn't a good one. So my meetings have all been good since I started this job. This one wasn't good. It was for the month of January, the work and stuff that I had completed in the month of January. I got put on a 30-day probation because of my sales numbers were down. If I didn't bring my sales numbers up, then I would be going to be placed in install. Since I've gotten here and worked for this company, I didn't know everything, that I needed to know to, work on these heat pumps and stuff like that. And I wasn't given much training on it. They just said, hey, here you go. So everything that I learned with the heat pumps, I literally taught myself. I did the research. I stayed up late. I was listening to things on my own hours while I drove from job to job. I really put a lot into learning what I needed to learn in order to perform my job to the standard, which I don't think was very high. Several times throughout my meeting with my manager, I heard him, reference a person in the company who he had been on multiple calls with to help him get a grasp on how to fix the machines, how to produce better in the company. Now, this is a guy that is selling a lot of stuff, and sometimes I think that's kind of to the detriment of the customer, the things that he sold. I've been on jobs behind him where he sold people duct cleanings and duct sealings where they might quite possibly just need new duct work. And then, you know, when I come around and tell them, hey, you know, you might want to look at replacing your ductwork. Well, there was a guy that was just here that said if we do this, that'd be fine and all that. And I have to tell them, like, no. There were a few calls that I went on as well that, you know, there were, you know, some shady things done. I had oh my God, look at these pelicans. I didn't video the pelicans, damn it. Oh, they were so cool. There's like 7 pelicans flying together. And one of them had like their little pouch out on their beak, but yeah, they're way over there now. Oh, that was the coolest thing I've ever seen. But anyway, like I was saying, some of the repairs that were done were like to the detriment of the customer. I had one that I went out on. It was an old lady. She didn't have heat. And, you know, so I go up, I investigate. And, you know, they said that they had just replaced the heat strips in the heater. So I go upstairs, I look, and turns out, yeah, they have brand new heat strips, but they weren't properly programmed on the board with the dip switches, so that the heat couldn't turn on. So that means that one of our guys went there and said, oh, I put these new ones in, it's still not working. All right, whatever, we're just gonna leave it like this. Somebody else will, you know, fix it. It was just stuff like that. And my boss actually, I called my boss, said, hey, I don't think that they should pay for this. And my boss said, nah, they gotta pay for it. Which I didn't think was right, but not my company. So there's not much I could say. But, you know, it all boils down to Friday, this past Friday is the day I quit. And, you know, throughout the whole time, I was just complaining to myself, like, man, like, you know, this is really bull crap. I'm more valuable than hinging, you know, my financial future, my financial freedom on something that somebody else thinks. You know, month over month, I was the highest rated customer. You know, after every call you go on, they give the customer a survey about you. You know, and I had the highest rating in the whole company month after month, and I never got any praise on that. It seemed like all they cared about was the numbers, and numbers are important. Profit is important, but not at the detriment to my integrity. So I felt that for my mental health and my value, I just feel like I'm worth more than what the company said or tried to make me out to be worth, if that makes sense. So yeah, man, that's it for me. I don't think that I will ever have a job, a 9-to-5 job ever again. I just can't, because I think I'm worth more. Was that high tide coming in? Anyway, I think I'm worth more than what this company said I was. To hire me on as a person, a repair tech, and then want to demote me to installs and never give me any training, not acknowledge all the hard work I put in to teach myself something that I had zero experience or very little experience working with. And I don't think that that's anything that I need to deal with when I know that I can very well start my own company, teach myself all the things that I need to know, go through the pain, go through the struggle, but go through all that for myself and for my own benefit, and build my dreams and build on my vision. You know, I forgot to mention that I worked till two nights in a row. I worked till 1 a.m. 1 a.m. in the morning. I didn't get home till. I've missed some of my son's school things working for this company. I've missed karate tournaments that my son was in. I've missed family events. I worked Christmas Day and Christmas Eve, all for them to turn around and tell me that you're still not good enough. And so to that, I say here's to always being good enough. So with that, I say, fuck you on the bigger and better things. Let's go. I'm back. That's all I have.